are many lost apps that vanished from stores without warning, but not before leaving behind disturbing rumors. Some whispered of cursed downloads, others of players who saw things no update could explain. These are the creepiest lost media apps you were never meant to find. Hit like and subscribe, your support might just keep these ghosts of the internet away. At first, Talking Robi the robot looked like just another silly app where a goofy robot repeated your words. But soon after its release, players started reporting odd glitches. Robi sometimes said things no one had spoken, like hidden phrases in a distorted voice. The app quietly disappeared, leaving behind only rumors and shaky recordings. Time to see it.
Let's talk about Talking Robi the robot. Talking Robi the robot was created in 27th of October 2010. The company that created the game was Outfit 7. The game that created Talking Tom and Talking Angela. Talking Robi was the 5th app in the Talking Friends series. The model of Robi, the robot, was created by 𝗴𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗃. Now let's talk why the app was deleted. Lost media. The game was copyright issues. While the model of Robi sourced from 𝗴𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗃, the character itself was none other than a recolor of an existing trademarked character. So that's why the game was deleted. Plus, Talking Robi has some anti-piracy protection. Anti-piracy means that it could spy you and knows your address. Plus, the voice will become a bizarre, distorted voice. So that's why the game became lost media. Now let me show some videos how the game looked like. So this is the game how it looked like. Thank you guys for watching this video.
The audio doesn't sound like a normal glitch, it's almost like Robi had a mind of his own. That's way too eerie for what was supposed to be just a kid's app. That's just the beginning. Because the story of Talking Husky takes things to a whole new level of creepy. Back in 2012, a strange app called Talking Husky appeared. On the surface, it looked harmless. You could feed the dog, pet it, and it would repeat your words back in a funny voice. But players quickly noticed something was off. If you spoke too much, the husky would suddenly get angry and then kick you out of the game. This is the moment.
Let's talk about
Talking Husky.
This game was created in 2012. You can feed the husky and more. But if you talk to it and it talks back, it will kick you out the game. You will see it mad. This is lost media. I like huskies. I also have one as a pet, but this is lost media. Anyways, bye.
Honestly, the way the husky's expression shifts from playful to furious is enough to give anyone chills. It feels less like a game and more like the dog was aware of you watching. This strange story of the Talking Husky app is just one piece of the bigger puzzle of lost media, but it's far from the only one. Next, we're diving into YouTube Go, and trust me, you won't believe what was uncovered there. Imagine an app that once promised endless offline videos, perfect replaces with weak connections, and cheap phones. That app was YouTube Go, launched in 2016 as a lighter version of YouTube. It allowed users to download almost anything and watch without Wi-Fi, a dream for millions. But what seemed like a solution quickly turned into another story of lost media. Let's face the truth.
Lost Media. Part 3. YouTube Go. So YouTube Go released in 2016 as a light version of YouTube. intended for users in area of limited connectivity and device that using low specifications. The main features is to download video, so you can watch the video offline. But along with time, the YouTube Go user is getting decreased because of this. 1. The main YouTube app has performance improvements. 2. Advances in technology and device. 3. The features in YouTube Go is limited. For the alternative, Google suggests YouTube Go users to switch to main YouTube apps. And then, the YouTube Go app was removed. And if you tried to install the app file, it's useless. The app no longer works because Google's shutting down the server since 2022.
At the time, many thought it was the future of streaming in developing regions. People loved the simplicity and offline access. But over time, it felt outdated, like a relic in an age where the main YouTube app kept improving, leaving YouTube Go behind. Today, if you try to install it, the app won't even connect. Google shut its servers down back in 2022. Just another case of digital history erased. Up next, Zoobe. Zoobe wasn't just any random app, it was a video messaging platform that blew up back in 2011. What made it so iconic was the quirky little character, Zoobe Bunny, who people used to create bizarre and funny voiceover clips. But as quickly as it rose to fame, its servers were shut down in 2017, leaving behind only fragments and scattered archives. Here we go.
Let's talk about Zoobe. Zoobe was a video messaging platform created by Zoobe Message Entertainment, founded by German. So Zoobe was created in October 2011, and it was published in Android and iOS. The reason why this app became so popular back then, it was of a character named Zoobe Bunny. But in the app you can do is to make characters speak and make videos like Zoobe the Bunny. So Zoobe's website was archived in April 2009, and the company was created in 2008. But it will be an end for Zoobe on April 2017. The app server shut down. Most of Zoobe's social medias accounts got deleted, and it was a message text saying thank you in the website. Zoobe is considered partially found. Warning: the video that I am showing is for 13 years old. The video is not for kids under the age of 13. The video includes graphic violence and swears. This is the only lost media that we had in these video. Now here is the video.
I ate so much fucking shit on the 4th of July. I said I wouldn't, but then I did, and I totally fucked up my diet, and now I'm paying for it by working out in 100 fucking degree weather. I hate my fucking life. I hate myself so much. Why the fuck did I do that? Work, bitch!
So, yeah, that's the video. BTW Zoobe the Bunny is an icon.
Hearing a cartoon bunny scream profanities while ranting about life choices is so absurd that it crosses the line between comedy and nightmare fuel. It's the kind of thing that makes you laugh first, but then you realize how disturbing it actually feels. Zoobe may be partially found, but it still lingers as one of the weirder cases in lost media history. And just when you think this one's strange, wait until you see what happened in 𝗀𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗏 the bacteria. In late 2010, 𝗀𝗏ecie𝗹 stepped outside their usual Talking Tom style and dropped a bizarre game called 𝗀𝗂𝗯𝗏𝗏 the bacteria. Unlike their family-friendly hits, this one felt strange from the very start, leaving players confused about why it even existed. Time to play it.
Let's talk about 𝗀𝗂𝗯𝗏 the bacteria. 𝗀𝗂𝗯𝗏 the bacteria was a game that was created back in the 7th of December 2010 for iPad and for iPhone on the 8th of December 2010. And the game was created from 𝗀𝗏ecie𝗹, the company that created Talking Angela or Talking Tom. And on 2015 they removed the game from App Store because 𝗀𝗏ecie𝗹 wanted to work on other games. and removed the game the older game. This is how it looks like when you play. And I will gonna make another videos about all the deleted games from 𝗷𝗴𝗃. There are many more games that are not showed in this screen. And I remember that I played back in 2015 to 2017 this game. Now goodbye and stay safe, guys.
Players who tried it often described the whole experience as bizarre. The visuals were unsettlingly simple, the sounds a little too strange, and the overall vibe left many wondering why 𝗷𝗴𝗃 even made it in the first place. Eventually, in 2015, the game was pulled from the App Store as 𝗷𝗴𝗃 shifted focus to other projects. And just like that, John the Bacteria faded into lost media history. Now let's move on to the next case, Talking Larry the Bird. Talking Larry the Bird wasn't just another mobile app, it was one of the earliest icons from 𝗷𝗴𝗃's Talking Friends series, launching back in 2010. Unlike most free apps, Larry actually cost money to play, and that made it stand out even more. Sadly, in 2016, 𝗷𝗴𝗃 pulled the plug, deleting the game along with other classics like Talking Santa. For many fans, that moment felt like losing a piece of digital childhood. The clip begins here.
Let's talk about Talking Larry the Bird. Talking Larry was released in the 30th of July, 2010. The game was created by the company 𝗷𝗴𝗃, my favorite lost media games company. Talking Larry was the third app in the Talking Friends franchise. The Larry Bird model was created by 𝗀𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗃𝗰 in the website 𝗃cie_𝗹𝗹. The app costed money to play. It wasn't free though, but it became an end when 𝗷𝗴𝗃 deleted the game in 2016. The year that also was deleted Talking Santa and Talking Santa meets Ginger, and the game was also a meme. Here is the meme. I don't know what to say on this. Anyways, here is the game.
It's kind of wild seeing how something so simple turned into a meme and became part of internet culture. A funny bird, yet strangely memorable, that mix is exactly why people still talk about it today. Up next, we'll be diving into Talking Hippo, and trust me, you'll want to see this one. Most people know Talking Tom, but almost nobody remembers the oddball that came before him. In 2010, 𝗷𝗴𝗃 quietly dropped an app called Talking Hippo. Here's the catch. The character wasn't even original, it came straight from a 3D model site called 𝗃ecie_𝗹𝗹. Watch at your risk.
Let's talk about Talking Hippo. So Talking Hippo was created on July 16, 2010. The company that created the game was 𝗷𝗴𝗃. Talking Hippo was created before the Talking Tom game was created. Talking Hippo was the second app was recently formed in Talking Tom and Friends franchise. And 𝗷𝗴𝗃 didn't even created the model for Talking Hippo. The owner was from a website called 𝗃cie_𝗹𝗹. In the app BTW, you could publish 3D designs. But Talking Hippo was deleted in 2016 for unknown reasons. We have proof of how it looks like when you play. Omelette looks so cute. I wish that 𝗴cie_𝗹 didn't remove the app, though sad face. But anyways, don't forget to follow, and I will come back with another lost media video. Bye!
Years later, without warning, the app just vanished. No goodbye, no explanation. For some fans, it felt like the hippo had been erased from existence, like he never belonged in the series to begin with. If Talking Hippo felt odd, the next case pushes things to a whole different level. Tom Loves Angela. In 2012, 𝗴cie_𝗹 surprised players with a strange little app called Tom Loves Angela. On the surface, it looked harmless, Tom chatting on a rooftop while Angela stayed on her balcony. But buried inside were odd interactive features that made the game stand out in unsettling ways. See it for yourself.
Let's talk about Tom Loves Angela. So Tom Loves Angela was created by 𝗴cie_𝗹. It was created back in 2012. So what you should do in the game? In the game, Tom appears on the roof of Angela's house, and him is at the balcony with Angela. Tom could imitate your voice, and you could chat with Angela with the chat box feature. You could create a strong wind by blowing on your screen, and you could create an earthquake by shaking your screen. But the game got deleted between late 2018 or 2019 for unknown reasons. But I have a lost media footage from the game.
This is the old deleted Tom Love Angela. It got deleted in 2018. You can sing.
So what do you guys think about this lost media games? And I will gonna go. Bye.
Looking back now, it feels surreal that a mobile game had mechanics this unusual. It wasn't just a casual app, it had an odd charm that feels eerie in hindsight. Unfortunately, the game vanished sometime between 2018 and 2019 without any explanation, and now it sits among the long list of forgotten lost media. Right before we talk about Ava the 3D doll, most people remember the era of silly mobile games from the early 2010s, but hidden among them was something far darker. Ava the 3D doll looked harmless at first glance, a simple game where you dressed her, fed her, and tucked her into bed. Yet players quickly noticed something that didn't belong. If you put Ava to sleep and came back later, she wasn't lying down peacefully. Instead, she'd be upright, glaring straight at you, almost as if she knew you left her alone. Now see the cursed.
Lost Media, Part 2. Ava the 3D doll. So Ava the 3D doll was a game where you can go outside, dress and feed Ava, the doll. You might be wondering, what is a lost media? So for the people who doesn't know, I'll explain. So you were playing a game and you were really enjoyed by the game. Until a few years later, you tried to find the game, but you can't see it. So if that happens to you, that means the game got deleted. So Ava the 3D doll was deleted in Apple Store, Google App Store, and the reason why it got deleted was because a glitch happened. The glitch is when you put Ava to bed and leave and check Ava again, you will see Ava standing looking at you angrily. This game was made by Coco Play and App Store and Google App Store. That's all, and stay safe.
Players who stumbled onto this detail couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Online forums filled with people swapping stories, some laughed it off, but others admitted they deleted the app immediately because Ava's stare lingered in their minds long after the screen was off. The next story, Talking Patrick Star, takes things even further. Lost media isn't always about cartoons or movies, sometimes it's a strange little app that just disappeared. One of the strangest cases is an old iPhone app called Talking Patrick Star. Most people don't even believe it ever existed. Let's roll the terror.
Lost Media Part 5. Talking Patrick Star. So there is almost no trace of this app even existing. There is only one proof of its existing, and it's a review on YouTube. Here's the video.
We are doing an iPhone app review for Talking Patrick. So, Patrick, you can shake him violently, make him laugh, make him say random things.
Patrick Star, you are one smart shopper.
The video was posted 12 years ago by 𝗀𝘂𝗯𝗃 the Frog. If somebody downloaded it and still has it on their phone, they can upload the IPA file so we can download and play it. Have you ever had it? Stay safe.
In the clip, Patrick can be shaken around, made to laugh, or blurt out bizarre lines like, "Patrick Star, you are one smart shopper." It feels surreal to watch, like something out of a parody rather than a real app. If anyone still has the IPA saved on an old device, uploading it could finally bring this weird piece of lost media back. Until then, the mystery of Talking Annoying Orange continues. Around 2011, an odd little app appeared on mobile stores, Annoying Talking Orange. On the surface, it seemed like just another goofy parody game to make people laugh. But players who spent more time with it quickly noticed that the strangeness went far beyond silly jokes. Now, look at this.
I hope that this lost media is never discovered. This is Annoying Talking Orange, and it was a very creepy game back in 2011 that is now completely lost. This game is based off of the Annoying Orange that we all know and love, but it's kind of twisted. Here's some gameplay.
This app is an entertainment app that will let you record funny sounds and...
You look fruity.
Yeah, you do too.
Hey, Apple. Hey, Apple.
That gameplay is by crazymikeapps.com and it was posted 13 years ago. And even though it is kind of unsettling, that is not the most creepy part. Because at one point when you're playing, the game will ask to access your location. And once you allow it, it'll show this screen right here. Annoying Talking Orange is on its way. And so a lot of people think this game is some type of virus and that's why it was taken down. But let me know what you think, and have you ever played this game?
Instead of harmless gags, the game suddenly demanded access to your location. And those who agreed didn't just get more sound effects, they were greeted with a chilling screen. Annoying Talking Orange is on its way. The joke instantly turned into dread. It vanished soon after, leaving behind only rumors and shaky footage. But that was only the beginning. The next case, 𝗀𝗃 the Steak, pushes the boundary of creepy even further. Imagine downloading a goofy little app where the main character isn't a cat or a dog, but a talking piece of steak. That was 𝗀𝗃 the Steak, a 2014 mobile game by Dynamic Dust. On the surface it looked comedic, but the gameplay was shockingly brutal, letting players hurt the steak in unsettling ways. Clips of the game show 𝗀𝗃 laughing, screaming, and reacting every time players poke, burn, or throw him around.
Let's as you see that the game with violence. Well, that's all I had for today. See you next time with another lost media video. Bye.
Instead of fun and laughs, many users were left disturbed. What seemed like harmless parody quickly turned into something grotesque that felt more cruel than entertaining. By 2015, the app disappeared without explanation, fading into lost media history. To this day, fans wonder why it was removed and whether 𝗀𝗃 the Steak will ever resurface. Just like the next strange case, Talking Rex the Dinosaur. Hidden among the forgotten apps of Outfit 7 lies a peculiar one, Talking Rex the Dinosaur. Released on October 30th, 2010, it stood out as the 6th entry in the Talking Friends series, throwing players into a jungle-themed environment alongside a prehistoric companion. The game showcased Rex, a towering dinosaur who can mimic your voice and interact in quirky, often hilarious ways.
Let's talk about Talking Rex the Dinosaur. So Talking Rex the Dinosaur was released on 30 October 2010. The company that created the game was Outfit 7. The company that created the games Talking Tom and Talking Angela. Talking Rex was 6th app in the Talking Friends series. The app features the character Rex and is set in a jungle-like environment. The user has said, along with a lot of other things. I will show a video of the game. And the game got removed in 2014 because Outfit 7 wanted to focus on newer games and phase out older titles, content. So now the game is lost media. And I created a YouTube channel. I will upload videos on this channel. You should subscribe if you want to. Now bye.
Fans found it fascinating at first. But as newer titles like Talking Tom and Talking Angela gained traction, Rex quickly slipped into obscurity. Many players barely even remember he existed. Today, Talking Rex the Dinosaur is treated as lost media, a relic of its era. And while Rex may have vanished, the next case, Talking Gina, opens up an even stranger chapter in the lost media world. Few people remember Talking Gina, the adorable giraffe released in February 2011 by Outfit 7. Unlike Tom or Angela, she never became a worldwide icon. Yet for those who did play it, Gina stood out as something special. The 3D model itself was purchased from 𝗀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗶𝗯𝗲𝗿, designed by artist David Moss and adapted into the game with Outfit 7's style.
Let's talk about Talking Gina. So Talking Gina was created in February of 2011. The company that created the game was Outfit 7, my favorite game company. The model of Talking Gina was a creator from 𝗀𝘂𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. The creator of the model was David Moss. But as you see, Talking Gina was replaced by Hank back in 2014. Gina was the 6th character that was loved back in 2014. And Gina even was on a card from McDonald's back in 2013. And Gina appeared on the show Talking Friends, and it was a stuffed pet. Hear the game what it looks like. I want to play the game too, cause it's so cute. But as you see, the game is considered lost media. I will gonna make new videos about lost media again, smiley face. Bye.
Fans still recall seeing Gina featured on McDonald's promo cards in 2013, or even appearing as a plush in Talking Friends. For many, she was a nostalgic comfort character before disappearing. But everything changed when Outfit 7 quietly replaced her with Hank in 2014, leaving Talking Gina behind. Today, the game is considered lost media, another piece of digital history fading into obscurity, just like Talking Santa. Santa wasn't always just a side character in cartoons. At one point, he had his own mobile game in the Talking Friends lineup. Created by Outfit 7 back in 2010, the game, released on November 29th as the 7th title in the series, let players interact with a digital Santa, and while it may sound fun, things took a strange turn.
Let's talk about Talking Santa. The game was created by Outfit 7. The game was created in 29th of November 2010 as the 7 app in the Talking Friends series. The game was removed in 2018 or 2019 for unknown reasons. And I remember that the Santa appeared on the Talking Tom series, cartoons. But we have some videos of the game, like this video. So what do you guys think about this lost media game? Now I will gonna leave. Bye.
By 2018 or 2019, the app had completely vanished from stores with no clear reason given. Fans were left confused, especially since Santa still appeared in Talking Tom cartoons. Clips of this lost game still surface online, keeping its memory alive. But this isn't the only forgotten gem. The next case, Beware of Dog, might surprise you even more. Imagine a TV show so poorly received that it vanished almost instantly. In 2002, Animal Planet tried launching a sitcom called Beware of Dog, centered around a talking collie narrating his family's life. But the premiere was met with brutal backlash, and the entire project quickly spiraled into obscurity. Check this out.
Lost Media Part 7. Beware of Dog. So Beware of Dog is a TV show nobody can find. It's a sitcom that came out in 2002, produced by Animal Plant. It was about a bearded collie named Jack, who narrates his thoughts as he watches daily life of his new human family. But it did horribly, with many people leaving hate comments and reviews about the show. Because of this, it was canceled after one episode. They had made multiple more episodes, but because of the first one being such a flop, they didn't air them. Now there's no known clips of any of the episodes, and there's no platform to watch it on, so it's lost media. Stay safe.
Audiences labeled it awkward, unfunny, and even unbearable. What was supposed to be light-hearted entertainment became a case study in failure. And just like that, this incident slipped into the archives of lost media history. Next, we'll be looking at 𝗀𝗃, so stay tuned. Most people don't realize that Pixar once had a project that never saw the light of day. It was called Newt, a film announced in 2008, centered on the last surviving pair of blue-footed newts tasked with saving their species. Audiences were excited for its 2012 release, but the project was unexpectedly canceled before it could ever hit theaters. Watch closely.
Lost Media Part 6. Newt. So Newt is a movie produced by Disney that never actually aired. In 2008, Pixar announced this upcoming film. It was about the last male and female blue-footed newt. They had to repopulate and save their species. But after a few years, it was announced by Pixar that production was canceled. It was the first ever Disney film to have been canceled while in the works. It was supposed to have been released in 2012, but it was canceled and replaced by Brave later that year. People were still left wondering why it was canceled, and it was said that it was because the plot was too complicated and they couldn't figure it out. They called in Pete Docter to help because he created many hits like Toy Story 2 Up, Monsters, Inc. and more. So they asked him to help, and he said that he had a better idea, and later made Inside Out. So Newt was replaced with Inside Out, and nobody really talked about it since. Stay safe.
The cancellation shocked Pixar fans since this was the studio's first film to be scrapped mid-production. Many speculated about the reasons, but all they had were rumors and vague statements from the studio. Up next, we'll dive into Shrek 1996, a story just as eerie and unforgettable. Everyone knows Shrek as the goofy green ogre from the 2001 DreamWorks hit. But before that movie existed, a very different version of Shrek was being worked on in the mid-90s. Hidden in this early test, Shrek didn't look like the friendly ogre we remember. He looked much stranger, almost unsettling. Let's start the horror.
Lost Media Part 8. Shrek 1996. So I think everyone knows what Shrek is. If you don't, it's a very popular movie released in 2001 by DreamWorks Animations. It's about a green thing whose swamp gets invaded by fairy tale creatures. Shrek gets banished by an evil lord, and to come back or whatever, he has to rescue a princess who is being held captive in a tower guarded by dragons. Anyways, He saves the princess from the tower and she becomes a green thing too. Anyway, you might be saying that that's not lost media and that it's a real movie. But there is a lost media clip called the I Feel Good animation test from 1996. Now it may seem normal to you, but Shrek looks very weird and unsettling in the animation test. In it, Shrek dances through a medieval village while a masked mugger tries to rob him. Shrek takes the mugger's rope, stretches him out, and launches him in the sky. While this happens, Shrek dances to the song, I Got You, I Feel Good by James Brown. For obvious reasons, they scrapped this idea and replaced it with the Shrek we all know. The footage was found and it's on YouTube.
Instead of the goofy humor we know, this version felt bizarre Shrek stretching out the mugger like rubber and launching him into the sky. Many people who've seen it say the design looks off-putting, almost creepy. And speaking of strange stories, the next case, the 𝗀𝘂𝗯𝗍𝗿 Sonic movie, will take things to an even darker level. In April 2019, the world got its first look at the original Sonic movie design. But instead of excitement, it triggered outrage. Fans were horrified by Sonic's human-like teeth, tiny eyes, and unsettlingly realistic appearance. What was meant to be a fun reveal instantly turned into one of the most infamous design backlashes ever. Now the truth plays.
Lost Media Part 9. The OG Sonic movie. So before the Sonic design we all know today, in April 2019, the original design for the Sonic movie was released. After it was released, it got major backlash due to Sonic's unsettling appearance. Sonic had smaller eyes with human-like teeth, and he just looked more realistic, which was criticized by fans and the general audience. The response to this was so overwhelmingly negative that Paramount Pictures decided to delay the film's release from November 2019 to February 2020, so that the animators had more time to redesign Sonic and the whole movie. Later, the new trailer was released with the Sonic redesign, which he had a more cartoonish game-accurate look with larger eyes and a friendlier appearance. The original Sonic movie with the original Sonic design is not available anywhere to watch, so it's lost media. Thanks for watching. Comment below what lost media you would like me to cover next.
They delayed the movie's release, giving animators months to completely redo Sonic's appearance. When the new trailer dropped, the redesigned cartoonish, game-accurate, and far friendlier won the fans back almost instantly. The world of lost media is full of mysteries. Some resurface, others remain buried forever. If you want to keep uncovering these hidden stories with me, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Who knows? That one click might just keep the next disturbing mystery from finding you.